What's this? Go on then. How do? It's been a while since Lado's been on. No selfie stick today. But we don't mind a close-up of my ugly mug. So, Forest Bank in the news again. I'll let Lee show you the clip and then we'll talk about it.
Operation Dragonfire was a partnership exercise or operation we've done with ourselves, HMPPS, the Manchester Prison Service, Forest Bank, to target organised criminals that are exploiting the system in the sense that they are bringing in illicit mobile phones to continue their criminality inside the jail, and also we've targeted them to try and make impacts into their organisation, their structure, to affect them committing further crime. It involved a number of targeted cell searches, which were intelligence-led against the highest threat individuals, followed up by a throw-over operation over the weekend where we thought that organised criminals might try and get phones back inside the prison, which has resulted in the recovery of mobile phones, drugs, chargers and stripped-down Wi-Fi routers. Now it will involve a wider investigation into the people behind that were setting up these throw-overs and the onward prosecution for people that have had phones that we've recovered inside the prison. We were targeting sophisticated groups that have the capability to bring in mobile phones into a prison. It's not so much as the prison regime, these are people that exploit that regime, that are very manipulative and creative about how to further their criminality. So by doing that, we've targeted those offenders that are at the highest level of organised crime. Phones are being used to further on their organised criminal networks. They're probably being used to further drug empires, to issue threats, but basically to try and continue building their empires that they once built on the outside whilst they're in prison, to maintain control of them. It sends the message that we have a long reach and that will continue when you're inside the prison. It'll make it harder for them to continue trying to do what they're doing. It will show that we have got capability, we will work together with our partners and others, and basically we will target you and disrupt those networks. Because part of what we're doing today as well, we're contacting people that we know of the seized phones that we've got, being in contact with them to point out they are committing an offence. But obviously this just marks a step, day one really, in our increased activity around prisons and crime within prison.
And we're back in the room. Prison Service released this to the press, to media, everyone's all over it. Please don't think, like I say, that there's just Forest Bank in Salford that's full of drugs, phones, a few iPhones there and everything else. Sounds good, doesn't it? Multi-agency task force, probation, prison service, police. It really does show the state of the prison service, and again, not just the private sector, prison service in general. The reason why they went in targeting people, well, that's obvious, isn't it? Obviously they're targeting certain people, but here's the thing, the prison service at one point would have dealt with this itself. Yeah, intel from the police or whatever. Strangeways locked down during my time, fully locked down. Prison service staff from everywhere, DST, dedicated search teams, dogs. Bottom jail, fully locked down, every single cell over 2 days. Yeah, found all sorts, no surprise, weapons, phones, drugs. This operation going in at night, the fact that they found stuff in the target cell says to me that, you know, people are very, what's the word now? They're not bothered that stuff's lying about. You know, trying to actually process people, the Crown Prosecution Service actually taking things on. Yeah, I've told you before, it used to be one phone, two people in the cell, you were both getting nicked, placed on report or whatever. Now, both deny it's yours, no one's getting nicked. Crown Prosecution Service aren't going to prosecute two people if there's a load of stuff in cell. Yeah? I guarantee you within 24 hours all them lads had phones again. Might be a bit more cautious about it, but they'd all have phones again. So like I say, Strangeways, full lockdown, prison service staff in. The prison service now doesn't have enough staff to send people to other prisons to search and do full lockdowns. A very young lad messaged me, just gone into the prison service, just come out of training. He said to me, I've been offered the chance to do tornado training, yeah, the riot training. Should I take it? I said, yeah, you should. Go and do it, it'll give you some confidence. I've said this before, the training's very good. Getting less realistic as time goes on, through people putting complaints in about things being thrown at them. You know, when I did my time, I ended up very bruised and battered. But you know, it's got to be real at the end of the day. And like I say, a lad from Strangeways sort of broke the mould, complained and moaned. They sent him home. You know, spit his dummy right out, don't throw things at me. I had a bit of a tantrum in all his gear. So yeah, but I told him to take it. The thing is, every prison should have a certain number of tornado trained staff. We know they're all short staffed now. Prisons probably don't have the number of staff they should. Everything's substandard. The level of corruption now, we keep saying this, is going through the roof. I think it's Loudon Grange, mentioned that Nick before, sometimes in a good light, bought a full body scanner recently in order to stop prisoners bringing stuff into the prison. If that's what the body scanner's for, then they're missing a trick, and they know they are. The prison service 100 million drug strategy. Yeah, everybody knew they weren't going to stop drugs going in. It's got much, much worse. The actual spice epidemic, after speaking to someone, and the sort of stuff that people are smoking now and the way they're getting it in, again, it's out of control. It's outrageous. So what do they do? For me, all dispersal prisons, long-term prisons, high security, all Cat B prisons, all Cat C prisons, body scanners, full body scanners like the airport. The security, again, at high security jails like Strangeways is a lot different to Forest Bank. You know, I used to walk through a portal every morning, not a full body scanner, portal, coins out your pocket, belt off, shoes off, if they've got plates in them, that sort of thing. If you're beeped, you'd be wandered down and you'd be rubbed down. Yeah, dead easy. However, full body scanner, that's for visitors, staff and prisoners. Get them in use. It's not going to stop drugs completely, but it'll stop them a lot. It'll certainly deter a lot of staff. On the staff front, after this incident at Forest Bank, people messaging me. One young person from down south, yeah, she was taking stuff in, got sucked into it. Yeah, once she got stuff in, nowhere to go, meeting people on out, like leader bench screw, who's no longer a bench screw, but he won't mind me saying that. She saw that podcast, saw what Lee said, get out. That's what she's done. Left the job, not contacted him, just gone AWOL. She sees that as her way out. She's moving back to her family, who live a good few 100 miles away from the Nick. So there you go, guys. Operation Dragon Slayer, Dragon Hawk, Dragon Fire, dragging someone across the floor. It doesn't matter what it is. Yeah, all very impressive. Loads of stuff laid out, all tagged, bagged. That's the state of the prison service right now. Okay, guys, getting back to some vlogs now. Got lots to talk about. Get out with the boy. Last and parting shot from me. Thanks for coming. Al City.